Good evening, all. Myself, Dr. Jansi, faculty in the Department of Sciences at a Coimbatore campus. I joined Amrita in 2000 and exploring these 2 decades of beautiful, cherishing experience at the university, how it has evolved, how it is growing with the immense grace and lot of responsibilities behind. Thank you all for assembling to understand more about food science and nutrition career at Amrita. With ample grace, as I said, responsibilities behind Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham is adding another program to the list of 200 plus programs. B.Sc Food Science and Nutrition is an undergraduate 3-year degree program offered by the Department of Sciences at Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham, Coimbatore. Students who have completed their higher secondary education with biological sciences, physical sciences, with or without mathematics, are eligible to apply. After the online application process, you will be called for an online interview, and the selection is based on merit. So it's a beautiful experience learning food science as a career, and the growing population, the changing lifestyle in both rural and urban setups, growing health issues, especially we can take up this pandemic times. We all must have been talking about good food habits, nutritious food, immune rich food. Many conversations would have been gone about safe foods, value added foods. And nutrition is a very, very crucial, terminology and also a science, which is connected very closely with our existence. So the existing nutritional deficiencies or health issues are very well reflected in the national parameters, the health parameters. You could have seen the mortality rate, the morbidity rate, the nutritional deficiencies, the micronutrient deficiencies. Um, Something which is very crucial to explore and intervene. We are moving towards achieving the sustainable development goals, in which the primary focus is on eradicating poverty, zero hunger status, and bringing in good health and well-being. So for this, a preparation ground is very much required, and lot of capacity building is required as a nation. And we as student graduates graduating out from such a career background will be really, really useful to the society. Directly, you will be intervening in uh, bringing down the specific vulnerable populations conditions, the deficiency conditions. So, to create more human capital with more knowledge, skills, and capacity building in food science, Amrita has ventured with a holistic approach. None other than, uh, you know, our institution's background is so very strong that it can explore and directly intervene with the society and settle the community issues in the local level by strengthening the education system. You might ask a question, why food science, particularly at Amrita? That's what I have been touching a few minutes before, it's a unique experience you will learn at Amrita. We are guided by our living legend and inspiration, our Chancellor, Sadhguru Sri Mata Amritandami Devi, a globally renowned spiritual leader, profoundly called as Amma by her devotees. Amma says there are two kinds of education for living and education for life. While education for living is essential for success in the academic and material sense, education for life equips you as a young people with knowledge, skills, values, and morals which are needed to lead an ethical, empowering, and social beneficial life. This is a very, very important agenda, and every program and curriculum is given due focus to mold the students to the needs of our industry, community, higher learning and research with professional ethics developed into them. Amrita aims working towards the sustainable development goals involving students in social relevant projects, expose them in the fields, villages, and appropriate learning grounds. Enough opportunities are given to you in the practical grounds. Not only that, international collaborations and exposure of Amrita becomes an advantage. And that's a situation, advantageous situation for you as in a student life. You get a chance to work with experienced faculty, uh, available state-of-art facility, enjoying the serene campus of life. Looking at the accolades and accomplishments, this is at one place we feel proud to be part of this institution. Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham is a well accomplished and nationally recognized institute of eminence, accredited by various bodies, including the World University Ranking, NAC, NBA, NIRF, QS World Ranking, UGC, and the list is increasing year by year. You have chosen a place for higher education, which is spread across 6 campuses in various locations in 3 states: Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Karnataka, with the new additions at Amaravati, Andhra Pradesh, and Faridabad, the national capital region. 5 schools, 200 plus programs, more than 20,000 students, 1,600 faculties, 200 plus international faculties, and owns more than 250 crores research funding projects. And the list goes on. Due to time constraint, may not be able to share all the facts with you, requesting you all to browse www.amrita.edu and know more about Amrita. Board of Studies for the B.Sc Food Science program is constituted by senior members of Amrita fraternity. On board is Dr. Bipin Nair, a renowned researcher and biotechnologist, is the Dean, School of Sciences. Dr. Geeta Kumar, professor at the School of Biotechnology, Amritapuri campus, where she heads the Microbial Active Genetics Lab. Professor Dr. Jagan Mogan from the Indian Institute of Food Processing Technology, Tanjavur. Dr. Ratnam, CEO of Milky Mist Dairy Private Limited. Academician Dr. Kalpana from the pioneering Avinashlingam University for Home Science. Dr. Shobha Vijayan Nair from the School of Biotechnology. Brahmacharni Dr. Nivedita Pavitran, heading the Clinical Nutrition and Food Science program at Allied Health Sciences Campus, Kochi. Mrs. Vidya Prakash from the School of Biotechnology, Amrita. You could have seen the efforts of experts involved in the curriculum. The syllabus and curriculum had been worked by the team of multidisciplinary experts from microbiology, biotechnology, biochemistry, food science and nutrition, food processing industries, food technology, food service management, and clinical nutrition. Well accomplished faculty with decades of experience, holding PhDs from the premier institutions including IITs, IIScs, Avinashlingam University, the pioneering institute for food science, or rooted up in Amrita, enriching with teaching, research, and administrative experience. Dr. Tarni is from the food science and nutrition background. Dr. Swarnalata from the biochemistry and polymer chemistry. Dr. Tilakavati from food chemistry. Dr. Jansi myself from the food science and food service management background. We may ask a question, what does food science and nutrition degree program offer us? What is the outcome? What is the program which is built in? I would rather bring out this very comprehensively. A common man or a student away from the nutrition background has a lay knowledge on the subject, as we all are in the respective subject areas. A common man knows milk is a healthy food. Citrus fruits are good in vitamin C. Uh, Similarly, but a graduate in food science and nutrition understands the science behind and shows the significance of how milk is very, crucial in the nutrient compositions, how much calcium it has, or for example, how much vitamin C it has, and then it should not be taken together. For example, the milk and the vitamin C rich juices because of its antagonistic properties, and it cannot be digested or absorbed by the body. So this science behind, that is, we call it as synergy, or the common day-to-day examples can be learned with a science mechanism, and it can be implemented into our individual life, into our family, and into the community. It can be taken to the community. Another example I would state, browning of fruits. When we cut fruits at home, the cut fruits are exposed and then the color changes. So how do we place a mechanism over there to restrict this color change and to bring back or to restore its appearance? So we work with antioxidants, we work with vitamin C rich juices, we refrigerate them, we bring down the pH, we sprinkle sugar on it. So common examples, this is what has happened decades before, where our grandparents were acting on, the science behind the indigenous knowledge. Another example, cutting of onions, when the tears comes out when we cut onions, and how these enzymatic reactions happens, and when it gets exposed to the atmosphere, and the sulfur compounds reaches the eye, and the eyes shed down tears. So, what do we do to stop this mechanism? So, the smaller applications to a larger application for an industrial cold storage granary level, food science application is very much, an in-depth knowledge which is required, a skill set which is required for the capacity building um, of the of the stream to exist. Um, yeah, there is a lot of scope in the design and development application. For example, the convenient food industry. You must have, as youngsters, you all would have experienced moms preparing the gulab jamun packets, which is one of the, wonderful uh, convenient food or a processed food, which has come out as a design and development from the uh, Center for Food Technology and Research Institute by students like you. So it has occupied almost all the shelves of the kitchens of most of our households. So it became a successful product which can be implemented in a simpler way, in a healthy way, at the same time, in a consumer satisfying way. A lot of examples are there in that list: the nutraceuticals, the fortified foods, the value added foods, the nutrient bars. You must have heard about the iron rich atta, the micronutrient rich Kellogg's. So many food products are in the existence. The fiber rich diabetic biscuits. So, designed and developed products are outcomes of the food science community. So, I would, I would say students can explore, and this is a beautiful outcome to the community as a design and development. If you look at the environment and sustainability aspects, a graduate is sensitized enough in the process of design and development of food products in the food industry with an insight on identifying energy efficient technology. There are, there are solar polyhouses which are existing. There are energy efficient technologies which have come into the food processing technology and industry, which becomes a sustainable solution. Maybe a packing technology, maybe a processing technology. The solution should be sustainable for a long run, so that the resources are maintained, the resources are saved. If you look at the ethics part of a professional, the commitment towards professional ethics and responsibilities in in the production and distribution of the quality of food uh, keeps up the ethics norms. So during a healthcare practice, it is slowly infused into the program, that being a dietitian, being a therapeutic dietitian, or a sports nutritionist, or a well-being expert, it becomes a part. The ethics become a part of the profession. um, yeah, graduates will be given opportunities to function effectively as a team, as an individual, to become a member or a leader in a diverse, group or a multidisciplinary setup. Whether you are in a food industry, in a hospital, in a in an institution, in a research learning, in higher learning perspectives, there are a lot of opportunities which you can explore in, and your skill set will really help, and institution will also give a lot of opportunities to this. um, Lifelong learning is something, this is an amazing subject which you can always implement as a life skill in your upcoming years, till you grow old and you give this knowledge to the next set of generation, because this is where you can individually benefit you can benefit your family, and also you can, give it back to the community, where the skill sets which you have learned, the scientific knowledge, the practical experience, all these would assure the graduates uh, to be really committed towards the society. Yeah, I would just like to run through the syllabus which is framed for you. Each semester is backed up with 20 to 22 credits with professional electives packed into it, very interesting electives which gives you an insight and also prepares you for the career options, for the research learning options, for a registered dietitian options, for extra learning away from the classroom also will be will be a good opportunity ground for you to learn. So free electives, languages, soft skills, and value-based education is also packed into the curriculum. So put together you will come out as a with a holistic well-being output. So semester one has courses including food science, uh, which has a theory and also a practical component, and uh, papers like principles of nutrition and physical chemistry of food constituents is also given, packed in. In the semester two, if you look at papers including nutrition through lifespan, human physiology, food microbiology, food chemistry, along with its practicals, is also available. Semester 3 has papers including food science, which has both theory and practical component, principles of nutrition, and physical chemistry of food constituents. And in semester 2, both theory and practical papers for nutritional biochemistry, clinical nutrition and dietetics, uh, food preservation technology, and food safety and quality control or pattern. So the higher the semesters, you get a view on how the components, the skill set of four industries, that is for higher learning, for food industry, for hospitals, that is therapeutic diets, food service management, and in for the needs of the food industry and to become an entrepreneur, how the curriculum is designed carefully can be, you can observe that. So semester 4 is packed with the theory and practical papers, including food processing and preservation technology, um, and clinical nutrition and dietetics, paper 2, and bakery and confectionaries. Semester 6 has papers which relate to theory and practical papers of food product development, food service management, papers including post harvest technology and biotechnology. This is where you can explore how this opportunity of higher learning, specialization skills, and how you have your inherent talent set for for grooming yourself to the next level of specializations can be taught through. In semester 6, you have both theory and practical papers for the applied nutrition, nutrition education and counseling, public health nutrition, and techniques for food product development and evaluation, and packing design and chemistry of food products are all packed in semester 6 with a major project planned during. So the entire program is packed with process to a total of 128 credits. Yes, the curriculum is programmed very strongly, and the syllabus is designed to prepare the graduates for the broader areas of career opportunities. If you look at the higher learning and research opportunities are looked into, thought through, and the community nutrition and public health and clinical nutrition, and to shape them and to shape the graduates as entrepreneurs. I'm able to, because I'm in a full screen, I'm able to watch a few participants raising your hands for your queries. At last, please note down your queries. At last, I give ample time for you to take up your queries, and I will certainly ensure to settle down your thoughts. So if you look at the food science graduates could confidently pursue their higher education and research and work in the food industry, and could confidently become an entrepreneur and build skills to the industry needs, and they can perform well in the applied nutrition fields also, like in the community nutrition and public health areas, and to contribute to the manpower requirement in the field and address the societal and national needs. So if you look at the opportunities very closely, there are n number of opportunities, there are n number of posts and job opportunities created at various level, or available in the government and at private sectors for job openings. And then we have listed a few, very few. But you must have heard about the ICDS noon meal program, the public distribution system. You must have heard about the FSSAI, Food Safety Standards Authority of India's public health labs. And then you must have heard about, the NGOs, the NPOs, the national and international agencies like the UNICEF, WHO, World Banks, in which most of their projects, the prime interventions are food and nutrition interventions. So there is a need for a huge chunk of human capital, which is skilled when capacity build is, is needed, and also required at various levels, from the national, global to the state block level even, including all the ministries. There is a special new industry, ministry, which is interestingly offering jobs for more food graduates, that is from the Ministry of Food Processing Industries. And Ministry of Health and Family Welfare offers a good selection at the block, district, state level to the national level. And Agriculture and Farmers Welfare Ministry, Consumer Affairs, Public Distribution, Women and Child Development, Animal Husbandry, Fisheries, Dairy, and Skill Development and Entrepreneurships. So there is a very good exposure which you get from these ministries, and there is a good word which you can come across, that is a food, nutrition, and health wash interventions, which is happening globally, which is happening in the nationwide mission mode. You must have heard about the Poshan Ma, the Niti Ayog, and also the this is all missions which cover the national nutrition programs by the Ministry of Health, which actually opens up in their websites a lot of undergraduates till postgraduates and the PhD level, food science graduates in need for job opportunities. So that is also a avenue which broadly gives a lot of area even to the rural development ministry. At the panchayat level, there are a lot of job openings, and at the state service commission examinations, at the group 2, 3, and 4 levels, you can attempt for these examinations, for which the exposure will be certainly laden down for you. So that is one part of it. So the food science and nutrition research team at Amrita had already established a state of art lab to initiate our academic programs. And we have funded projects from the DST, tribal welfare, and multidisciplinary collaborative research projects, and hence was able to establish an integrated rural nutrition center, a food processing incubator, and many such facilities which could be optimized by the graduates. And the cookery labs and proximate testing facilities are more than what is required to initiate an undergraduate program. And already this team is offering courses and electives for the undergraduates and also for the B.Tech programs. Good response, lot of interest is shown from this elective subjects. So for your information, Amrita has more than 200 plus universities and international collaborators for facilitating higher learning. including of the universities which offer good programs in food science and nutrition. We can even think about exploring, the opportunities abroad. And after you complete your 3-year UG program, you are eligible for a 2-year MSc program, which can be a specialization from food science and nutrition again, or food technology, clinical nutrition, food processing, biochemistry, microbiology, biotechnology, food service management, and you can even opt for masters in social work, which could be a very good combination of working in the community development area. So, food science students, after completing your masters, are eligible for pursuing PhD programs abroad and also in the premier institutions of our country. You must have heard about a lot of good chunk of institutions, research institutions, which offer their specialization programs. Higher learning and research has broader prospects, after successful UG completion in India, especially the institutions, including Central Food Technology Research Institutes, Defense Food Research Laboratory, the state agricultural universities provide a lot of opportunities and research, learning, higher learning specializations in food science, food processing, food technology, International Food Policy Research Institutes, and National Institute of Nutrition, ICMR, NIFTM, the National Institute of Food Technology, Entrepreneurship and Management program, the institute. And you can end up in various specialization areas, to the maize research, fisheries research, sugarcane, banana, coconut board, and the interest, spice board. The interest you show towards any specialization can put you in the appropriate higher learning opportunities. It is only that which you have to aim at the higher level, and you have to put in your hard work. Uh, yes, I would say Coimbatore is in the midst of the towns like Tirupur, Nilgiris, Salem, Erode. Uh, these districts are popularly known for a hub of more than 10,000 food um, industries, small, macro, micro level food processing industries. So these leading companies are from the dairy products background, poultry products, bakery, masala products, fruits and vegetable processing units. So, which can serve internships to the students for, uh, especially from the food science backgrounds. Those experience would really help you to learn the subject at the practical level, at the ground of applications. Equally, Coimbatore has a lot of education institutions and private and government multi-speciality hospitals, which invites neighboring state and country students to pursue their higher education, and patients for cost effective healthcare. This is again another opportunity for us. We ourselves at Amrita, our Amrita Institute of Medical Sciences at Kochi has a state of art infrastructure to invite our own students to learn for their internships and offer job opportunities in the field of clinical nutrition. So this is again a good platform of exchange learning from the ground reality. This is just to add, this is only a drop in the ocean about the success stories, which I would like to share with you all. They are all very common people from the beginning, and then the accolades they have acquired are really, really wonderful. And the uh, the personalities have been from the background of food science, nutrition, and they have they have proved that these many opportunities are there as an entrepreneur, as an academician, as a as a food scientist, as a community worker, as a well-being a personality, as an entrepreneur. So you must have heard about Varghese Kurian sir, milkman of India, who's known for the successful Amul Cooperative Society program. He implemented the billion-liter idea of operational flood, father of the white revolution in India. So, he's such an inspiration from the food industry, how we can think and explore this subject. Dr. Rajamal Devadas, an academician, an Indian nutritionist, educationist, and she is the pioneering food scientist, I would say, a former chancellor of our national deemed university. Dr. Hemalata, director of ICMR is another good example who has, you know, expertised herself into public health nutrition and has grown up to the, implementation of community development projects at large scale uh, in the government of India interventions. Yeah, Dr. Sanu Jacob is another successful story. He is director of FSSA, Food Safety Standards Authority of India, from the post-harvest technology background. Malika Badrinath, culinary queen. You must have heard about her, Indian food writer, chef, and cookbook author, host of cooking shows. So, similarly, Sanjeev Kapoor, the Indian celebrity chef and entrepreneur, Chef Damu, Guinness World Record winner for the longest cooking marathon by a single individual in 2010. And Shika Sharma, this lady is a very interesting technology implementer in the field of nutrition, and she's a celebrity dietitian as well, to explore a large scale level dietary counseling through the technology applications. uh, yeah, yet another personality, Rujuta Divekar, India's celebrity dietitian, I would say. Most of the celebrities know her, and she is a prescribed dietitian and recommender for many such important people. So I'm just giving you examples. You can explore this field of science to, you can take it to the level, you may raise up uh, to any level. And yeah, the young Mustafa, he became a young entrepreneur. He's a CEO and co-founder of a company, ID Fresh, that is the idli dosa batter, which he supplies around the Middle East countries. More than 2,000 employees and more than 1 lakh, 2 lakh packets of idli dosa batter is being, supplied by his company. He has grown up to a billionaire now with his simple idea of implementation in the food supply chain. So, I'm just giving you only a drop in the ocean of success stories. There are n number of people. I'm sorry, out of lack of time, I could not involve many of them, many important people, and that is nothing intentional. So you may raise up to the sky, which is not the limit, but just the beginning. Yes, you have certainly inspirations around you, as we all have. You are at the right place to take up opportunity, and this is the appropriate journey. Wherever you are, whichever you may take up, whichever endeavors you may take up, do it from your heart and with passion and compassion, because success is yours. And wishing you all the very best for your career options. Thank you very much for the patient listening, and I would welcome to take questions from your children.
Ma'am, I will read out the questions for you that the students have.
Yes, please.
The first question is, what are the job offers that we get after taking a B.Sc in food science?
Okay. I have been mentioning this in my slides. You get jobs from various sectors, including the government and private sectors, especially the Food Safety Standards Authority of India, FSSAI, conducts an interview, and the exams are available very much for and giving preference for the food science graduates. And you get opportunities in the ICDS program, Integrated Child Development Programs, midday meal programs as the program officers, district level program officers, block level program officers, for which a B.Sc graduation is only required. For the district level programs, probably the PG level accomplishments may be required. At the UG level, I would say, to start with, you can get employed in the hospitals with a registered dietitian. I mean, examination which is accomplished, and you get a registered dietitian registered number with which you can you can apply, for which there are set of rules guidelines that 5 years you have to work 5 years you have to work in the hospitals, and then you have to take up the RD exam and qualify yourself and get an experience, and then go. Meanwhile, you can have MSc, and you get opportunities from various food industries as food service managers in the institutional food services, may it be hospitals, may it be universities, may it be corporates, uh, and you get opportunities at the government sectors, ministries. The only thing is you have to get into the websites of each job provider and search for it. But at the end, we will give you an enriched uh, you know uh, uh, knowledge on what are all the battlegrounds where we have to apply and where we have to um, you know knock our doors for the job opportunities.
Thank you, ma'am. The next question is, what is the difference between FSC and nutrition and dietetics course, ma'am?
Food science and nutrition is a general component which can accomplish you for all the four industries which I have mentioned. That is the food industry, food processing industry, and the higher learning and research opportunities, the hospitals, and then you also get this opportunity in the hotel industry also, and you get qualified for the teaching opportunities and government sectors, as I was mentioning. But clinical nutrition and dietetics is a very specialized course at the MSc level, which you can take up to focus your career in the hospital opportunities. That is, you might have seen in the hospitals the dietetics department, a focused dietetics department working with under the registered dietitian. A team of dietitians will be working for the patient care and therapeutic diet sections. So that is the difference between the clinical nutrition is a specialized course for serving for the hospital sector, and food science and nutrition course offers all the particularly this course offers all the preparations for this for the higher learning. I mean, from this
Uh,
course, you can step into food technology, you can step into clinical nutrition, you can step into higher learning, other opportunities like microbiology, biotechnology. So the basics is provided in this program at the undergraduate level.
Thank you, ma'am. The next question is, how can I apply for food science in Amrita? And is it available only in the Coimbatore branch?
Yes, Ma. As I was beginning with the presentation, this course have been initiated at Coimbatore campus this year, and certainly you can apply for it. It's time, it's right time that you're making this query. You can get into the website www.amrita.edu and then explore on the applications, and you can apply for it. Currently, the interviews and the admission process is initiated.
So there is no entrance exam for this, right, ma'am?
Currently, we don't adopt entrance examination. We take based on the plus two examinations and your
Interview.
yeah, your direct interview.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
I hope that's all from the students. Students, if you have any more doubts, please type it in the chat box. There is one question, ma'am, like what can be the expected salary for a nutritionist or a dietist?
Um, Nutritionist, depending on the food industry's turnover, you can initiate your career with minimum of 3 lakhs to a maximum of 6 lakhs, depending on the turnover of the food industry. And for the hospitals, it's an average of 3 to 5 lakhs, because only the multi-speciality hospitals can set up a dietary and appoint dietitians, and it's a preferential professional course, and a department, so they give due package also, especially if you're in cities, metros, you're paid well, definitely.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. So that's all from the students. Thank you for a very informative and wonderful session for the students. It will be really useful for these students who are really interested to get into this field. So thank you so much,
Thank you, ma'am.
Jansi ma'am, and thank you all the students for attending this patiently. I hope all the queries are also attended. So we'll see you for a future session. Thank you so much.